Well, if you ain't for us, you're agin us.
One change to the equation could ruin the experiment. Twilight said so herself.
How do you spell cane? Let's sound it out. K-an. You forgot to add the silent E to make the long vowel sound. Now it spells cane. What are long vowel sounds? Long vowels sound the same as the name of the letter. The long sound of A is A, as in ape, or cake. The long sound of E is E, as in eat, or feet. The long sound of I is I, as in ice, or kite. The long sound of O is O, as in old, or nose. The long sound of U is U, as in use, or mule. The letter U can also make an oo sound, as in tube, or flute. There are different ways to make a long vowel sound. One way is to add a silent E to the end of the word. How do you pronounce words with a silent E? Remember, the silent E is silent, which means you don't pronounce it. But the silent E can change the sound of a vowel from short to long. P-I-N spells pin. But if you add a silent E, the short I changes to a long I. So you pronounce it pine. C-A-P spells cap. But if you add a silent E, the short A turns into a long A, cape. When the silent E comes after a vowel and a consonant, the vowel is long. Just remember that the silent E makes the vowel say its name. Tap becomes tape. Bit becomes bite. Knot becomes note. Cut becomes cute. I can think of a lot of words with a silent E and a long vowel. What do you use to sweep up leaves? A rake. What number comes after 8? 9. But there are words that don't follow the rule. The words have, give, some, and are each have a silent E, but the vowel keeps a short sound. If the word has a G followed by a silent E, you pronounce the G with a J sound. The G in page sounds like J. Same with the word huge. If a word has a C followed by a silent E, you pronounce the C with the S sound. The C in face sounds like S. Same with the words slice and mice. How do you add an ending to a word with a silent E? A suffix is a letter or group of letters that are added to the end of a word to change it. If a suffix begins with a consonant, add it on after the silent E. Words like lovely, useless, hopeful, and statement all follow this rule. But if a suffix begins with a vowel, drop the silent E before adding the suffix. If you start with the word wise and add the suffix est, you drop the first silent E and then add the est, wisest. If you start with the word smile and add the suffix ing, you drop the silent E and then add ing, smiling. You drop the silent E to make the words racer, named, and shiny. I know it's a lot to remember, but it gets easier with practice. When I read, I pay attention to how the words are spelled and look for patterns. Good idea, Moby. You can keep track of new words and how they're spelled to help you remember later. What word did you put on your list, Moby? Is that a real word? Are you sure? How long was Moby's bird story? 1 paragraph. Moby, how do you spell milkshake? What are vowels and consonants? Vowels are the letters A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. Consonants are the other letters. Sometimes when two consonants come together, they make a new sound. What sound do T and H usually make together? The letter T makes the T sound, as in table. Or Tim.
Hi, Annie.
The letter H makes the H sound, as in hat. Or horse. When the letters T and H are together, they make one sound. They make the th sound, as in thin or thick. Sometimes the th sound can come at the end of the word, as in mouth or teeth. The th sound can also come in the middle of the word, such as mother and father. When you see T and H together, don't sound out the letters separately. Read them together. What planet do we live on? Earth. What sound do S and H make together? The letter S makes the S sound, as in sun or seal. The letter H makes the H sound, as in hand or hello. Together, the S and H make the sh sound, as in ship or shark. The sh sound can come at the end of the word, as in bush or trash. The sh sound can also come in the middle of a word, as in mushroom. Remember to pronounce the letters SH together and don't sound them out separately. What is in the cabinet? Dishes. What sounds can W and H make together? The letter W makes the W sound, as in wig or wagon. The letter H makes the H sound, as in house. Together, W and H can make the W sound, as in wheel or whale. The words what, meanwhile, and anywhere all have WH and make the W sound. What color is this paint? White. Sometimes the letters W and H can make the H sound, like the letter H. The words who and whole start with WH but make the H sound. When you see the letters W and H together, read them together. Try pronouncing it different ways to see what makes sense. So, how do you spell milkshake? I'll sound it out to help me spell. Milkshake. M-I-L-K shake. S-H-A-K-E. Milkshake. I wrote you a note, Moby. What kind of book did the car write? An autobiography.